What is up, y'all? You already know who it is. De Niro. This is 2 Point Conversion from the Sidelines podcast. Hope everyone is having a great day out there. Thank you for whoever tunes in. I know time is of the essence, and I thank everybody, and I appreciate any and all support. Just want to get that off first of all. Prayer goes out to Tua too. I know I didn't watch the game, but I see a lot of people posting about it, so just want to get that out. And if this is your first time here, welcome to 2 Point Conversion.
He gets the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion.
2-point conversion.
2-point try.
2-point conversion.
For the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion. 2-point conversion. For the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion.
As the Raiders go for the 2-point conversion and the lead.
2-point conversion.
A 2-point conversion to win.
All right, y'all. Want to get into it first of all. Our Raiders are not looking good. We got a big game coming up against these donkeys, and we gotta win. That's just what it is. We gotta win. There ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. We got to win. So, got some notes over here. First off, start off with injuries because we're banged up like bad. We got a lot of people, especially on defense, hurt. That Trayvon Mullen trade is starting to look like a bad idea right about now. We got Rocky Sin out. Nate Hobbs is out. I know I saw a couple people tweeting earlier that he might be expected to play against the Broncos, so hopefully he does because we really need some help. We really need some help when it comes to that secondary. I think they were playing pretty good. They're starting to gel and everything and get back to where they need to be, I think. I saw a lot more communication on the defense and the offense last week, especially with the offensive line. Derek Carr, Parham, him playing center. Like, he did really, really good. I think they were doing really good as far as communicating before the plays. Derek Carr was pointing around and doing everything like he usually does, so that was really, really good to see. A lot more than you saw in the previous 2 weeks, so I'm not saying that, like, everything's fixed or whatever, but it looks like we're heading in the right direction, so Trayvon Merrick, he's still out too with that hip injury. I also saw someone else say that he is expected to play as well, so we'll see about that as we get closer to the game. I know it's Friday and some people are like last minute decisions, so as far as that, Denzel Perryman, he's also hurt. He's trying to come back from an ankle injury. With all the injuries to our secondary, I honestly think that Sam Webb might get a chance, and if he does, I'm really excited to see if he performs as well as he did in the preseason and regular season. Everybody's always like super, super good in preseason, and to be honest, we never really see what they can do in regular season because they never gotten a chance, and unfortunately we do got a bunch of injuries right now, so I really think that he deserves a chance. He should get a chance to play and see if he could perform and at least help us out. Help us get through some of these injuries. Also, Hunter Renfrow. Let's move over to the offense. Hunter Renfrow's still out. Matt Collins did have a really good week last week, so I honestly think that he will be able to to fill in for Renfrow if we need him to, as far as like production. Not saying that he'll be able to fill in the slot, but talking about Matt Collins, but he should be able to help us out as far as production. He had a really big week like last week, and if Derek Carr and Devontae Adams and the O-line, I know Andre James is hurt. Our right tackle is super suspect. Our right guard is always getting changed. Like, honestly think this team needs to try and build some chemistry and some camaraderie, and the only way to do that is for them to actually play together. I didn't do the research on my own, but I saw someone point out that that was one thing that the Patriots used to do a lot as far as in September, the beginning of the season and everything. They like to shuffle around their offensive line and see what's going to work and see what's not going to work. And, you know, like this whole Patriot way to the West Coast, and it ain't working. You know, this whole genius offensive mind that I heard about, and Patriot fans coming out of the woodwork, like, yeah, you know, Raider fans, like, you guys should be happy, you know, like, you guys got a genius and this and this and that and that, and I ain't seen it. I have not seen it, you know, and I'm really happy that they did this players only type of meeting that you know we've all been hearing about, and there's been like more and more information starting to come out, but I really do think it was players only. I know Carr said in one of the conferences that just because it was reported as a players only, you know, type of meeting, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it was, you know. So I really do hope it was a players only meeting, and I hope these players looked each other in the face and be like, you know what, you dropped these passes, or you missed this block, or this and this or that and that. And not only that, I hope they talk to each other and they ask each other, you know, like, what do you think about this front office? How do you feel about this scheme? How do you feel about the play calling? Like, it was reported that we brought in a running back to work out for us when we don't even run the damn ball. Like, we have all these running backs on the roster, and we don't even run the ball. So what's the point in actually bringing in a running back? We have plenty of good running backs. Why don't we bring in a right tackle? Why don't we bring in a right guard, a solid right guard, or a solid right tackle? I honestly rather have a right tackle, but why don't we bring in or someone that's a defensive tackle, you know, a O-line or D-line or secondary, something that's actually going to help us out. We don't need another damn running back. We had 5 running backs. We have another one on injured reserve supposedly, and I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I don't know what Josh McDaniels is doing as far as play calling. I don't know what they're doing as far as bringing in another running back to work out for the team. I really don't know what's going on, you know. Devontae Adams, I think it's true what he says. A lot of people are you know, they're bracketing him, you know, they're containing him, or they're doing their best, you know, and he's gotten a touchdown each game. But honestly think if we run the ball more and utilize the run game, Josh Jacobs has looked good every single game, and he gets like 13 touches. Like, we have so many running backs. What happened to this running back by committee? Like, let the running backs run. Like, work out all 3 of them. Let them all run. And once we start running up the gut and we start getting those 5-6 yards when we're running, then, you know, start doing some fakes, start doing some draws, open up the backfield, have the defense, you know, start coming in more because we're running the ball and we're doing it good. Josh Jacobs was running the ball really, really good. At least 4 or 5 yards a carry in between there last game. And we have so many running backs that we could keep that running game going. We open up that running game, and then that opens up everything else. That gives Matt Collins more time, and people are gonna show him a little bit more attention because of the week he had last week. You know, Darren Waller, he needs to start catching those passes. A lot of people are going to say he dropped 2 touchdown passes. I totally agree. You know, like, that's not like him. That's straight butterfingers. Like, they hit him both on the hands, like in the mitts. You know, you cannot say that that's all on Derek Carr. You know, does Derek Carr still look a little happy feet in the pocket? Yes. Is he getting a little bit better with his communication? Yes. I honestly think he should utilize his legs more. He ain't Lamar Jackson. I ain't saying run for 100 yards, but get yourself out the pocket. Get yourself 3 or 4 yards if you can. If you see everybody, like, don't just stand there and start to panic when the pocket starts to collapse. Like, you can use your legs a little bit. Like, we've seen it before. You know, I'm not saying he's the fastest person, and I'm expecting him to get touchdowns and first downs and everything, but he can still move the ball. You know, he can still, use his legs a little bit so that he don't have to take those sacks. He don't have to get happy feet and just start to panic. So that is on Derek Carr. Another thing that's on Derek Carr, I think that's totally on him, his underthrowing and his overthrowing. In the last few years, he was one of the better deep ball throwers in the league. Like, I'm not saying he was number one, but he was up there. I believe he was like top 5, at least top 10 when it came to passes over 20 plus yards, passes with the ball in the air more than 20 yards. And I can't even count how many balls Derek Carr has overthrown or underthrown this year. With everything else that's going on with the team and everything, like, it's hard to focus on that. But it's been like more than 10 at least, or at least getting up there to double digits. Within 3 games, he's had at least like 3 or 4 passes a game where he underthrows or overthrows his receiver, and that's not like him. I don't know if that's due to the offensive line not being able to block for him. I don't know if that's due to the offensive line not having the chemistry that he's used to. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, they got to figure it out, because Derek Carr needs a little bit more time. He needs a little bit better protection, and in turn of that, Derek Carr needs to do a better job with delivering the ball. And if he has to, use his legs a little bit to give himself a little bit more time, direct a little bit more traffic, try to make a play. If not, get at least 3 or 4 yards. Don't lose 3 or 4 yards, or at least get back to the line of scrimmage, make some type of effort. It starts to show a lot where he has happy feet, and people say that, he gets scared. I get it that every quarterback gets scared, especially him when he had a season-ending injury. Like, I get it, I get it. But you're also getting paid so much money. You, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, you guys really have to start delivering on these efforts. It can't be that, these players wanted these contracts and they say they wanted to be here, and now when it comes time to perform, it's getting a little bit hard for them to like put it on tape, when it's not like we're asking them to do something new. We're asking them to do the same thing that got them those contract extensions, that got them, that big payday. Darren Waller was a really, really good tight end, and he still is. I'm not knocking him for anything, but we just haven't seen it this year. And a lot of people say that, like, once these players get these big contracts, they start to get lazy and they don't want to work. And like Derek Carr was even calling someone out in his press conference about practices. Like, these players, it's starting to show in practices a lack of effort. Then it's starting to translate to the real game. And he didn't say Darren Waller specifically, but I mean, Devontae Adams ain't getting targeted, so he can't drop a lot of passes. It's kind of hard to be like, yeah, he wasn't talking about Waller. Hunter Renfro's out, so I honestly wish, Carr being the captain and the person that he is, he's been there for so long. I honestly think he has, or he should have that mentality, like, I'm the leader here. Like, he's the, like, the Raider that's been there the longest, if you want to like put it in anything like that. So yeah, he should have a say. So he should be able to step up and be like, what, call people out and make them take accountability for things that they're not doing, lack of effort, so on and so forth. Like, that's what a captain does. It leads its ship in the right direction, so I really think he really needs to start holding himself accountable for as being a leader and a captain, because he knows how to talk to people. He don't have to come off as disrespectful or anything like that. He could tell them like, hey, like, for instance, I'm gonna use this for example. The first week where Derek Carr underthrew Devontae Adams thought that he got like hit or held or pass interference or whatever, and it ended up being an interception. Devontae Adams just kept running past the play, put his hands up, and was like, where's the flag? Oh my God, I can't believe that. When in the past, Derek Carr has been on tape telling, his wide receivers in the past, like, I'm gonna throw you the ball and it's you or no one. So go up and catch the ball, and if you can't catch the ball, then you make sure no one catches the ball, and AKA means swatting the ball out of the air, making an effort for the ball. Do not let the defense catch the ball so easily. Devontae kind of gave up on that play, and I think he expected a little bit too much, and he could have went back and, gave an effort towards the ball, even if he didn't catch it, So I'm not saying Derek Carr's going to call him out on that, but, like, that's just one example. He could have went up to him and be like, hey, man, next time, swat it out the air. Like, don't just give up on it, Like, whether you think it was catchable or not, like, don't give up on the ball. Like, the ball is the game, So you got to protect that ball. I really hope some of that stuff was said and they talked about Josh McDaniels and the defense and the play calling. I hope Josh Jacobs and the running backs stood up and been like, can we get the ball? Can we eat? Like, can we get some plays? Like, I really hope all of that, or most of it, or some of it, or something related to all of that was said in this players meeting, because I really think if these captains come and start holding these players and themselves accountable, I really think, the first step to getting past a problem is admitting there's a problem in the first place. If you don't think you're doing anything wrong and like, oh man, I ain't doing nothing, I'm good, like, that's the type of wrong mentality to have. Commitment to excellence. Like, you get better every single day, no matter how good you are. You like Max Crosby, I follow him on Twitter, and he's always, tweeting out like really, really like positive message. And he put something like, don't quote me word for word, but to lose and lose again and not lose the passion is like what makes a true warrior or champion or something like that. But like, you get what I'm trying to say though, like, no matter how much you lose, you keep putting in that effort, and in turn, all that practice, all that hard work and everything like that is going to pay off, and you could in turn relate that to life, and that's what I do with my brand, 2-point conversion. I use that mindset of going for the win for a 2-point conversion, and I'm applying that to life, and I'm using it. It's more than a brand, it's a mindset. I want to go for the wins in life no matter what it is. I want to get better every day no matter what it is. If I'm designing shirts, or I'm drawing something on my iPad, or I'm working on a song, or I'm writing a song, or I'm writing poetry, or I'm reading a book, or no matter what it is, I want to get better at it every single day. I want to learn how to do everything better. Like, my skills, I'll never say that I know everything. I'm not that type of person. I have a lot of skills. There's a lot of things I've done. These two plaques right here, those are for audio engineering. So I went to school. I know how to make music, and I wanted to get certified in it, but where I ended up moving, it didn't end up being a really good opportunity for me. But I still know everything, and I still have all my equipment, and I still do it for fun. So I'm not looking for get rich quick schemes. I've been doing what I've been doing for going on like 2 years, and what I want to do is just get my message out there. Like, 2-point conversion, you hear it so much, like you hear it on TV when it's football season. Like, everybody who's a sports fan can relate to the phrase, and that's what I'm trying to do, is take that phrase that's so commonly known and turn it into a mindset, a lifestyle. I want to turn that phrase into a mindset and a lifestyle, and I want people to recognize that when they hear 2-point conversion. I want it to I want something to click. I want a light bulb to go off in their head after they've heard of my brand, after they've heard of the name of my brand, after they know what it means. It's not just a phrase. It's not just a brand that I have. I want it to be more than that. And like these players, I've learned how to do things. I've learned to keep going like these players and keep working hard, no matter what failures I might have came across. No matter what failures I might have experienced. And for me, it's never quit and you'll never fail. You know, if I would have just not been able to do what I was trying to do at that time and been like, all right, yeah, you know what, I can't do this, like whatever, I'm over it, I'm done, you know, just like a month or two in, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. You know, I wouldn't have everything that I have right now. I've invested a lot into my company, my brand, and trying to get everything out there, you know. So in turn, I've invested a lot into myself, you know, and I wouldn't have done that if I would have gave up on just trying to create a logo. You know, I didn't know how to do Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator and all that stuff. Like I knew how to make music. You know, like you get put Pro Tools in front of me or Fruity Loops or Reason or anything like that, and I'll give you a song. You know, ask me to hook up a stage full of microphones and all that stuff, and I can do that. But I didn't know nothing about graphic design and Photoshop and none of that stuff. And I searched YouTube, and I even reached out for help, and no one helped me. And after I asked for help a few times, I knew that if I didn't learn how to do it myself, then it wasn't going to get done. I didn't have money to pay people to do it. You know, I was working a 9-to-5 job, and in reality, I still am. You know, I'm on medical leave right now. So, you know, I'm trying to do everything I can to push my brand out there, you know, to grow an audience and really, you know, take this content that I'm putting out and take it to the next level. You know, I really want to be able to connect with the people out there and motivate and inspire. And if I can just connect to one person and one person just tell me, like, you know what, if it wasn't for you, like, I wouldn't have like kept trying, or I wouldn't have kept going. You know, you inspired some type of confidence and inspiration and hope, you know. Like, to me, that would be worth it. One person, that's worth it, you know. But I want that one person to spread that message. I want the people I motivate to motivate others in turn, you know. I'm not saying take people with you and carry them on your back, you know. Don't give a person a fish, teach a person how to fish, you know, and they won't go hungry, you know. So I don't believe in I don't believe in doing things for people. I can help them, I can show them the door, but I can't open it. You know, a lot of people give up way too soon. You know, they think it's going to be easy, and if it was easy, everybody would be doing this. No one would have, you know, no one would have to work. Everybody would be doing their own thing. So it's like these players and our teams and the people we look up to, you know. And that's how I integrate that lifestyle or that phrase into my lifestyle, because I'm such a big, you know, sports fan. You know, I get what a 2-point conversion means. You know, you practice all week, you know, like, all right, you like, if the game's on the line, like, we're prepared, you know, we're prepared to do this. And we have a couple plays that we've been practicing, and we know how to execute them, and we're going to go for the win. And that's exactly the mindset I have. You know, you have a dream it. You see that dream out, achieve it. And then once you have that dream and you have everything started, then you exceed it, and you take that dream to somewhere that you didn't even think that was possible, and you win in life. And that's what 2-point conversion is all about. If you guys would like the video, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to make a lot more content. I got a lot more better equipment now, so my videos should be a lot better. And I'm doing them, you know, so like I said, I can try to grow an audience, connect with people out there, and really, really push out this type of lifestyle to the people that can relate to it, you know. I'm all about branding success and motivating hard work, you know, to try to reach your dreams. And that's what 2-point conversion is, you know, having a dream, achieving it, exceeding it, and winning in life. Hit the subscribe button, come all over to the winner circle. I'll see y'all next time. 2PC, baby.